97% of consumers aged 18 to 34 read online reviews to judge a local business. There is no one left. It is here. It has arrived. It is a necessity. It's as necessary as a website is. It's as necessary as the phone number is. It's as necessary as a building is for a local business to have good online reputation. Matter of fact, this data is so revealing because 18 to 34 is the next generation of buyers. And so if we look at all the buyers together, it's at 92%. But this one segment is only a small representation of what's happening. So the more these people get, the millennials start growing up, the millennials become the main buyers, they become the affluent, they're going to be using even more and more and more. So every business needs this today. And so, matter of fact, welcome to the sign-in form workflow. And so what is the sign-in form? What really is that? Well, let me share with you what it is. The sign-in form workflow is a sign-in form that can be used on any tablet, any phone, any computer, anything that can use a browsing web page. And what they'll do is they'll simply come into the office or the store, or you can go on location. So wherever you want to be, you can use a sign-in form, and the customer signs in. So what we're doing is we're replacing the clipboard. You know that when you go into the hair salon, or the spa, the doctor's office, chiropractor, everybody walks up and the chicken scratches on that clipboard, right? Well, that's technology that's been around for 40 years. And it's amazing to me that local businesses haven't upgraded for people to sign in electronically. And so that's what we're going to do. We're going to allow them to sign in through a sign-in form electronically. And then what's going to happen is the administrator is instantly going to get an email that says, hey, John Smith just signed in. Click to see all your sign-ins. And we give them a link that they can click, and it auto-directs them right into their virtual clipboard CRM. So it's just like having a CRM, because you can easily get reviews, export all the data, so no longer do they have to read people's chicken scratch and cursive handwriting and don't know what they wrote. No longer, they can track, they can check off, and they can manage all their contacts. And so what you're able to do here is literally replace the old way of doing things. And unfortunately, most businesses don't even know they need reputation, but more importantly, they don't know that they've got an antiquated way of doing this. And so, and I'll go over the strategies here in just a minute, but let me give you a preview. So whether you're a plumber and you show up to the house, you can give them your phone and say, before we start work, would you mind signing in? When they show up to the spa in the front desk, you'd say, would you please sign in? When they walk into the automotive dealership and the salesperson says, hey, let me show you around, I'd like to look at a car, would you please sign in? And you're going to see this in a minute, but the reason we want them to sign in is because text message marketing and mobile marketing is where everything is going. Meaning the communication of text messaging is literally dominating the marketplace. So now we're getting these people to sign in. They're approving that we can follow up with them via text message. And now let me show you, now you understand the sign form experience from the administrator point of view, which is really awesome. I mean, no longer do people have to slide that glass back and say, here's your clipboard, could you sign in? And they come back and they cut off. They don't have to do anything. They know when everyone signs in because they get an email every single time. So now let's look at how the experience of the customer when they sign in. So what they do is they sign in, and the next thing you do is X amount of hours later that you can program in. It can be 3 hours later, it can be 10 hours later, it can be 2 days later. But a few hours later, and by the way, if they sign in at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, we have a policy that we don't send text messages past 7 p.m., the time zone that they're in. And so what they'll do is we'll send it the next day. So I just want to let you know the amount of detail that we've gone into to assure that when we're doing text message follow-up, that we're in the parameters of really doing what's best for the customer. And so X amount of hours later, they're going to be getting a text message that say, hey, please help, and could you give us some feedback about your experience today? We'll give them a link. When they click on the link, we'll simply ask them, would you recommend us, yes or no? Now, if they say no, we send them to a negative feedback page where we have a video and we ask them some very important questions. First of all, could you explain the bad experience you had? Who was involved, and how could we do it better? So this is critical for getting instant feedback from people, and not just one, but everybody. So this almost ensures 100% of the time, one, the customer that didn't have a good experience has an opportunity to explain their bad experience before it festers into something more difficult or more serious. And then we have a little button that says, send this to management. Because we've done lots of case studies and we've done lots of focus groups that say, why do you leave bad reviews? And the number one reason is, why? It wasn't to hurt the company. It was they wanted to effectively let leadership or management know their experience so it could be fixed. And so we put all the psychological triggers in here to power through a huge opportunity. But here's where it gets amazing. When they say yes, we give them the ability to select a directory of your choosing. And what's really powerful about this is the technology that goes into it. We have proprietary search technology that when they click on a directory of their choosing, one, we look for a login open session that they have in their browser to that directory. So we developed the technology for every single directory to see if they're currently logged in there. We know if they're logged into Yelp, Yahoo, Google, and everyone else. So if we see that they're already logged in to that directory, we can instantly send them to leave a review on a review page. So amazing technology that we're looking at. But more than that, they're not going to be logged in. So let's be real about this. They're not going to be logged in, but what they do have on their phone is a mobile directory app. And while they're on the selected directory page, we're able to see what apps they have on their phone. And so if they're not logged into an open session, we then see and direct them to the mobile app that's on their phone. And this is where we're just crushing it. All right, here comes my wow. So, and then if they don't have a mobile app, then we send them to a directory mobile page for them to log in. Which very rarely we're finding we get to even step 3, which sends them to a listing. Sound good so far? We have a beta program called 5-Star Sign-In Strategy. Now it's a beta right now. When we launch it to the marketplace, it's going to be really expensive because it's a very powerful strategy. But while we're in beta, here's what we're going to do. We're going to build a custom feedback CRM for you, and then we're going to create a custom sign-in form to get the information that you want. So when people sign into your office, what questions you want to ask them that you possibly don't ask them now, right? Are you interested in other products, right? Would you who are you here to see? We're also going to connect the sign-in form to an email and SMS server to be able to email out and send text messages out, ask for reviews. And then we're going to write an email and SMS request campaign for you. So we got copywriters that will write all the copy. And then we're going to write an email thank you campaign so that those that actually leave feedback, we can follow up with them and thank them. And then what we're going to do is we're going to write an email apology campaign. Because when they say no, they don't want to recommend us, we want to get more information about that and figure out what went wrong and how we can fix it. And then we want to create a negative feedback page. So when they say, no, I'm not interested in recommending you, we want to take them to a very specific page that lets them know that we're sorry that you didn't have a great experience and what can we do differently to change that. And then we're going to install all the analytics and the tracking. On top of that, we're going to manage everything with monthly reports and show you all the analytics. And we're going to give you the CRM so that every time someone signs in, your administrator gets alerted so they can get rid of the clipboard and make the process entirely easy. More importantly, when we launch this publicly, it'll be $1,500 setup and $299 a month just for the sign-in form campaign. Because we know that we can turn almost any company into a market leader just by using this proprietary technology. When I say proprietary technology, I can show you step by step what we do and how I can actually find out what specific apps are on your customer's phone and be able to direct them to that app to leave a review. So if you want 10 reviews on Google, that won't be a problem. If you want to get 8 reviews on Yelp, that won't be a problem either. But for this beta, what we're going to be doing is only $297 setup to help cover some of the cost in the beta to get all this set up for you. But we're not going to charge you anything for 90 days to use the entire system. And here's our guarantee. Not only are we just going to be covering some of the costs, but we're going to guarantee you 15 5-star reviews over the next 90 days. Now, all we're asking in return is 2 simple things outside of the setup fee. One, that we want more people in the beta. So after you get your first few reviews online, would you give us 3 referrals of others that we could help and get inside the beta? And 2, at the end of the month, we'd like a feedback from you and to give us a review about your experience during the beta. Does that sound fair?